This is one of the kitchens behind New York City's most infamous jail, Rikers Island. Here, chefs work 24/7, making every meal for 3,800 staff and people in custody.
People say so many things, like the inmates cook the food. It's not true. We cook the food.
But while chefs are on their shift, they're locked in too. Inmates work alongside them in the kitchen, washing dishes and moving carts.
There's a distance between us. Here you can't treat them as friends. You know why they're here.
Any given moment, violence could happen. You gotta have a sense of urgency when you're working back here.
Knives are chained to machinery, and can lids slide down a caged trash bin. Rikers Island is part of one of the costliest jail systems in the U.S., yet it faces scrutiny over conditions and food quality. We went inside the jail's largest kitchen to see how thousands of meals are made and to find out how chefs, officers, and detainees work together behind the walls of Rikers. Rikers Island is a complex of 10 jail buildings and the second largest jail in America. It sits in the waters between the Bronx and Queens. Planes take off from LaGuardia Airport right next door. The only way onto the island is this skinny, nearly mile-long bridge. Many chefs take public transport to get to work, passing through half a dozen security gates on their way to the kitchen.
The first time I felt nervous is when I heard that gate close behind me. That's the only time I was nervous.
Inside, it doesn't feel any less like a jail. There are cameras everywhere. All of them are monitored from the guard's office. 8 officers watch the feed, guard the doors, and search every food delivery for contraband. People in custody, or PICs, can't touch the food. They're only allowed to wash dishes, clean, and push food wagons. Most people held at Rikers haven't been convicted of a crime. They're awaiting trial. Those who are serving time are sentenced to a year or less. Only chefs are allowed to touch the knives. They're chained to heavy machinery at all times.
There's a reason for the knife on the chain. It's for security.
When chefs need to change stations, they get a guard from the office to unlock the knife and move it.
When you first start, it's a little awkward. Like the chain is either touching your hand or something, but you get used to it.
But officers also keep watch over objects that might seem harmless, like lids, which go straight into a caged trash can.
It's a lot of things. There's a lot of sharp objects here, a lot of things that could be used as a weapon.
Metal spoons and ladles have to be checked out from a locked cabinet in the guard's office. Today, the chefs are working on a big batch of pepper steak.
In a place like this, food is very important. I like to make other people happy. It's like inmates, but it's still people. Just they make mistakes, but they still gotta eat.
Taking it in. Good morning, Cap.
Nadine Leach had been incarcerated at Rikers for 17 months at the time of filming. She was a chef before serving time here, but she's only allowed to push food carts and can't use her cooking skills.
I wish I could. I think I'd be making some good stuff if I could cook, yeah.
Why did you want a job in the kitchen as opposed to other places?
The money, and I like to serve people. It's a privilege because you have to stay ticket free, you can't be in trouble, you have to be like safe, like a safety net. Reedy, good morning.
The city pays incarcerated kitchen workers like Nadine $1.45 an hour, even though minimum wage is $17 in New York City. The federal minimum wage was introduced in the 1930s, but courts have ruled that it doesn't apply to incarcerated workers because they aren't considered employees under federal labor law. The agency that runs the jail, whether that's state, city, or federal, sets the pay rates for detainees who work. New York City's Department of Correction said in a statement, the wage for each position was determined by a DOC leadership committee that assessed the number of PICs needed in each facility.
In other states, they don't pay them at all.
That's Ruvain Blau, a criminal justice reporter and the author of Rikers, an oral history.
Studies have shown that if they do get money and they have money to come out, they're much more successful transition.
And what do you do with the money that you make?
I save it because I have grandchildren, so I take care of my grandchildren, so I make sure they're okay.
PICs at Rikers aren't required to work, but Nadine says she clocks in every day for 56 hours a week just to stay busy.
Me, I don't take a day off because I don't like idle time. Idle time is the devil time.
Back in the kitchen, chefs face other challenges, including a ban on certain ingredients like salt. Former Mayor Michael Bloomberg cut it out of the Rikers diet as part of a citywide nutrition initiative that took effect in 2014. Chefs can use spices and soup bases to add flavor. But detainees have other methods of spicing things up, like with ramen seasoning.
Or the oodles and noodle pack, they got the seasoning in it. Just jazz it up. Make it comfy. Or throw some cheese on it.
PICs can buy ramen from the commissary, a shop for people inside the jail. But for many, the commissary is expensive.
The people in Rikers Island are not, generally a wealthy group of people. And, these dollars make or break, a family or somebody locked up there.
In 2024, a $33 million no-bid contract went through for a company called Keefe to stock the commissary. The contract said commissary prices were supposed to be in line with those at local stores. But a study that Rouvain led in 2025 found that many products were pricier than they were supposed to be. In a comment, the DOC said the prices being offered are comparable to local New York City area stores. If there is a product that is too expensive, the department can remove it. For many detainees, the kitchen is their only source of food. Much of it arrives in cans, including veggies, and frozen like the meat. Jamac, a Jersey City company, got a nearly $1.2 million contract to supply meat for New York City's Department of Correction. Cremoland, another Jersey company, has a $673,000 contract with the city to provide dairy products to its prisons. You'll find its milk jugs in many bodegas around the city, too. Despite working with limited ingredients, chefs in Rikers kitchens still have to feed over 7,000 people in one sitting. The day we visited, they were preparing large batches of tartar sauce for tomorrow's fish, and that pepper steak, a favorite here.
It's fast-paced, it's a lot going on at all times, but it's organized. Every section of the kitchen, everybody know their role, so everything is done smoothly.
But this operation is only getting more expensive. In 2024, a DOC spokesperson said the annual food budget at Rikers was about $19 million, but the actual costs were expected to climb to about $23 million, or roughly $9 per meal per detainee. The Department of Corrections said this is because the cost of living for nearly everything in New York City is more expensive compared to other states. Despite this high price tag, Nadine says the meals are hit or miss. What do you think about the food here?
Disgusting. Nah. It depends on the meal. Like that chili, I can't get jiggy with it. But everything else is pretty decent. Can't complain.
Even though chefs are required to cook recipes mandated by the city, many still take pride in the work.
What do you think of the food that you make here? Is it good?
It's good. Once you love cooking, everything you do, you have to do it from deep down inside. So I go around, make sure my cooks, they're doing the best to put it out there because someone gotta eat it.
Early on, some of the food at Rikers came from the island itself. In the 1920s, before it became a modern jail, Rikers Island was a city-owned penal farm where incarcerated people were required to grow food and raise livestock for the jail and other New York City institutions. A meal might have included asparagus, lima beans, and pork. When the modern jail complex opened in the early 1930s, Rikers shifted to bulk food production. In the 1950s, it had a chicken coop, a 200-acre farm that provided inmates with veggies, and a bakery, pumping out 2 million loaves a year. But the population was growing, and poor sanitation plagued the jail. In 1959, about 100 people got sick from eating bad boiled tongue. 40 ended up in the prison hospital. In the 1970s, grilled chicken was a favorite among PICs, but they also might have eaten liver or mutton. In the early 70s, William Vanden Heuvel, chairman of the Board of Correction, invited a New York Times food critic to try the city's prison food.
He knew what the outcome was going to be, and he was trying to make a point. Why are we spending all this money to serve, terrible food? It was, for lack of a better term, it was a stunt, But it worked, and the food really changed. They kind of really improved what they were serving.
In 1980, inspectors began checking the temperature of the food to improve food safety, and chefs served pork chops. In the 90s, there was still a farm and a bakery. A meal might have included hot dogs or oxtail. Carrot cake, served at Christmas, was a hit. In the 2010s, Mayor Bloomberg led an initiative to make the food healthier and cheaper in the city's jails. He not only cut salt, but reduced carbs from menus and added more vegetables. Bloomberg's influence is still seen today, and the food spooned into hotel pans and loaded up onto wagons.
I'm checking the wagon according to what it's supposed to have in the wagon for the meal today.
Each pan serves about 25 people.
The men get a few more ounces than the women. The women get less ounces. Everything.
That's rude. I should
No, but we always make sure there's enough food to go around.
We caught up with the wagons at the Rose M. Singer Center, the women's facility. 15 PICs unload them from the truck, including Nadine.
I'm looking for three. Where the three? 3 East End.
They sort the wagons based on which of the 8 housing units they'll head to. Officers then check the wagons for any damage. They're looking for chipped off plastic that could be used as a weapon or contraband.
You just never know. So just to check, you just still got to do security.
Nadine is one of the PICs approved to deliver the carts for mealtimes.
I wake up happy every day, so I want to be happy. And this right here is like my sanctuary. So when I come here, it don't feel like I'm in prison. I mean, in jail. It just feel like I'm at my restaurant and I'm serving people. But then the reality comes when I go back and then be like, oh, I'm here. But this is my sanctuary, so I come here to get away from everything else.
But even in her sanctuary, she's patted down before she goes out for a delivery.
That's their job. They have to do it. They doing their job. I'm doing my time. It's 2 different worlds. But they don't treat me like an inmate or a PC or PIC, whatever. They treat me like a human, like me human.
It's a delicate relationship between PICs, chefs, and officers in here.
There's a distance between us. Here you can't treat them as friends. You know why they're here.
Now you be buddies and they get complacent and they start asking for things.
Do you ask people what they've done?
No, sometimes they just volunteer the information to me.
Sometimes I do, but I don't expect to get the good answer at all times, you know. I don't really judge them, but I treat them with respect. Because you have to treat them with respect. They're humans.
But a lot of people like tend to know your case and then they turn down their nose to you because of your case or something like that. And I don't feel that's right because only God could judge you. I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like I matter.
No matter how familiar a detainee becomes, officers say they can't let their guard down. When they've been here longer, do you feel like you can relax a little bit around them?
Still, you never know. You get too relaxed, you just never know. So you can't.
Nah, there's only one. Yeah. Go out?
An officer follows Nadine at all times as she pushes the cart down the long hallways to the women's housing units.
Good morning. How you doing?
Marion area.
Yes, beets, salad, and this is tuna. This is tuna fish.
Nadine's also approved to serve up the food.
You're like a fairy godmother of food.
Yeah, I love it. Everybody smile. I always like them to be happy.
Today's lunch is tuna salad and pasta salad, served at 11 a.m.
Breakfast is like 5:30.
Like 5 a.m. is so early.
Because we have courts.
Every day, hundreds of detainees at Rikers are bussed off-site for court appearances. Mealtimes are built around these departures.
And that process involves getting woken up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning and then dragged to court. And sometimes it's for like a minor hearing and you're stuck in a bullpen all day.
Bullpens are holding areas inside courthouses. While detainees wait, they might get a sandwich for lunch.
Peanut butter and jelly, cheese, bologna, salami. And guess what? When you come back to the facility, a lot of times you've missed your meal.
Dinner is served as early as 4 p.m.
And then they have to constantly do this sort of cycle of getting woken up, spending the entire day in a bullpen, and getting this disgusting food. A lot of times people are just exhausted.
In October 2019, the City Council voted to close Rikers for good by 2027, citing years of violence and unmanageable conditions. The city agreed to open 4 new, smaller jails in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx, which are currently under construction. Together, they're designed to hold 4,160 detainees. But in 2025, Rikers' population alone reached nearly 7,000, its highest level in 6 years. An independent commission said Rikers Island is unlikely to close by the city's 2027 deadline.
Because of the delays in construction, right now the earliest that might happen is 2031.
Rouvain said it would be easier to get food to the borough jails than to Rikers Island. The facilities would also be closer to detainees' court hearings and more accessible to visitors. And it's a plan the city's new mayor, Zohran Mamdani, has endorsed. Before Rikers shuts down completely, a new menu is set to shake things up. In 2024, New York City received a $100,000 grant to develop healthier, plant-based menu options at Rikers Island, including dishes such as chana masala and spinach artichoke pasta.
I'm excited about it because we had a little bit of training on it, and to me it is so good. My curry chickpeas, I can't wait. I can't wait. It is so good.
Something Mr. Ajita, who's from Guyana, is most excited about.
Oh, you know, Guyana's curry. We do curry, we do pepper pot, we do cook up rice, yeah.
The city's tapped nonprofit Hot Bread Kitchen to develop the new menus, so they would be low in sodium, plant-forward, and scalable. But Nadine isn't entirely convinced.
Our meat, they're trying to take the meat from us. They don't want us to eat meat no more. But I think it should be a choice.
Because in here, a meal can mean everything.
When they come to you and they can tell you, you know, I had a good breakfast or I had a good lunch, it's really nice. So it's important to whatever you do, you put that love into it.
3 meals a day. It's important for everybody. I want to eat.
Do you think you'll try and get a job in a kitchen or something?
No, I'm opening back up my restaurant. I like to cook, so I'm gonna make people happy with my restaurant. I mean, I gotta do baby steps to get back to where I was at, but you know, it'll work out.